Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to create this really cool progress bar in a very simple and easy way. This progress bar can be used for any React or Next.js application. In order to create this easy method of creating this progress bar when we scroll down the page, we're going to be using frame of motion, which will help streamline this process for us as developers. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Before we get into the video, I have a Next.js project which I recently built for the purpose of this tutorial. You're more than welcome to follow this if you wish. And if you do so, I do have a link in the description which will take you to the GitHub repository page. And from here, you're more than welcome to clone this file so you can use it yourself and follow along with the tutorial. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to use your own project, whether that be a Next.js or React project that you're working on. So once you have this project installed, the next step is to actually start building out the progress bar. The first step we want to do is we want to close this and open up our terminal. And within our terminal, we want to add in our frame of motion package from npm. So in order to do that, what we want to type in is npm install framer motion. And what this will do is it will install the package for framer motion for us. Once that's done, as we can see, we have no errors. We can close that up. Go into our source folder here, go into our components folder, and we want to add in a new folder and call it progress bar. This progress bar will control all the functionality and will allow us to apply this progress bar onto any page that we like. And what we want to do inside this folder is to create two separate files. The first one will be called ProgressBar.tsx, which stands for TypeScript. Since I'm using Next.js, I will be sticking with TypeScript. However, if you're using something like React, you're more than welcome to also use JSX if you wish. The second file we want to add in is the CSS file, which will be used for the styling. So let's add that in now. I'm going to call it progressbar.module.css. And once you have those two files, what we're going to do is to close this up, go into whether that be your TypeScript or your JSX file. And from here, we can begin to build out our progress bar. What we want to do now is to type in 4 letters. The 4 letters are RAFCE, which stands for React Arrow Function Export Component. Hit enter, and what will happen now is it will give us this syntax here, which will allow us to build out the component. So what we're going to do is we want to import 2 different sections. So the first one will be our styles from the CSS file that we just created. So I'm just going to pick that out now. Second item we want to add in is our frame of motion. In order to do that, we want to add in 2 variables. So the first one is called motion, and our second one is called useScroll. UseScroll will be used as a function to allow for the progress bar to be made. And we want to target that from frame of motion like so. Since I'm using frame of motion, I want to make sure that this component is client-side rendered rather than server-side. If you're using React, you don't have to worry about this, but for all Next.js users, please make sure to add in use client at the very top here. Once you've done that, come over to here. We want to remove these progress bar keywords since that is no longer required. And underneath our first curly bracket, what we want to add in is a new const. And frame of motion has something called scroll Y progress, which is a keyword that we can use and create the scroll effects. And then with this, we want to target the use scroll function and give it a parentheses and a semicolon like so. Just going to fix that up for us. There we go. Once you've defined that const and linked it to use scroll, the next step is to convert this div into a frame of motion div. It's a really simple process. All you have to do is add motion.div to both the start and end like so. Once you've done that, we now want to add in 2 different properties. The first one will be our class name, and the second one will be the frame of motion style functionality. So with our class name, we want to call it styles.progress bar. Again, I'm grabbing styles from this section here. And the second one will be called style equals And we want to add in 2 parentheses. Within here, we want to target the scale X and link it to scroll Y progress that we added before as a const. Paste that in, save that. And what we have now is we have the structure of our progress bar completely built, and that's starting to look really good. The next step we want to do is to play with the CSS styling. So let's do that right now. So if we go into our CSS styling, what we want to do is to target the class name that we just created. In this case, it's called ProgressBar. So I'm just going to copy this, add it into here. And what we want to do is with our progress bar, we want to make sure that it is set to fixed. So it stays in the same location when we scroll, rather than having to lose it as we scroll down. The next one is for the start of this video, I'm just going to stick with a top position of 0. I'm going to set the left and also right to 0. So it's in the very top left corner. The next thing we want to do is to add the height of the scroll bar. So I'm going to give it something like 30 pixels to start off with. For the background, I'm going to give it a really nice yellow color. So set it to EEC847. Once we've done that, the next thing we want to do is to target the transform origin. And what this allows us to do is to control where the scroll bar will be located. In this case, it's going to go from left to right as it's been set to 0%, which is the starting point. In this case, it will be at the starting point of the far left side of the screen. And we also want to set a Z index of 100 so that it is above everything on the page. So once you've done that, you have now completed the component for the progress bar. Really simple, nothing complicated. And what we can do now is go back into our home page here. So I'm just going to go directly into the home page here. I'm going to close this up. And what you want to do now is you want to import that new component that we just made called ProgressBar. Once you've done that and you're on whatever page you want to work on, again, this is just the home screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in that ProgressBar like so. This again can be applied to any page, but for the sake of this video, I've just made one page being the home bar. And what we can do now is after saving it, if we go into our web page here that I built, and as we scroll down, you'll start to notice this really cool progress bar appearing, which is looking really, really cool. Another really cool thing about this is it is completely responsive. So if I change this to full screen, as you can see, the bar is completely responsive. A really cool thing about this is you can actually play around with the way it looks quite well with the CSS properties here. For example, if you wanted it to start in the very center, you can change this to 50%. And what will happen now is it will grow from left to right, like so, starting from the middle. You can even change it to something like 20%. And what will happen is it has this really cool effect. And again, you can keep playing with these values until you find something that you like. I'm quite happy with 0%, to be honest. I think that looks quite nice. And since this is set to fixed, we can also, instead of setting it to top, we can, for example, set it to the bottom if we really wanted to. And you can add in a scroll bar like so to the bottom. Again, you can play around with the height if you wish. Say, for example, you wanted something like 50 pixels. You're more than welcome to stick with that. And yeah, that's basically the end of it. So that's the end of the video. I'll leave some videos above if you wish to see more content related to Next.js, React, or if you want to get started in improving your design skills, you're more than welcome to check out other videos on my channel. Highly recommend also checking out my front-end development playlist. There's a whole bunch of content in there if you wish to upskill in your front-end development or design skills. And yeah, that's basically the end of it. In the meantime, I will catch you all in the next one. See you later.